The year is 1946, and you're a very wealthy person who's looking to buy a V12 car that happens to be a coupe. What do you do? Well, we're here to answer that question. We're going to be building a bit of a concept car today. By concept car, I mean it's not conceptually possible. So we're going to do a V12. Now, the reason is I came up with a bit of a vision for this. I want to call it the 3X12. And the reason is because it has 3 different 12s on it. It's a V12, it'll be a 12-liter V12, and it was going to have 1200 horsepower, but that is just not possible under the current circumstances of being in 1946. Okay, so we need to do a carburetor because this thing would not have had the option to have injection because it just didn't have it. And we are going to do performance mixtures and such, so we'll keep that going. So in the aim of realism, we're not going to be cranking up all the quality sliders. I just did the one for the internals of the engine because I fear for this thing. I don't think it's going to I don't think it's going to be able to do too well. I'm lowering these basically just to have a preset. We're going to try dual exhaust, and we will do no mufflers. Okay, so it makes 480 horsepower. Let's see if we can do better than that. Okay, so I messed with it a little bit, and I think I've got a perfect number for us. 613 horsepower. And a lot of torque, as you would suspect from such a big V8. And I think we're pretty much set. Oh, yeah. So we can just go up one size in exhaust, and we've got 622. So that's it. 622 is all we need engine-wise. Let's take a listen to this thing. Alright, it sounds pretty good, let's be honest. Okay, time to make the actual car. Now, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't usually work with older bodies like this. I think I'm going to go for this long one. It's a 2+2. So we'll just have to see where this goes. Now, when it comes to color, I haven't picked out what color either. But I'm thinking we'll mess with this green a little bit. Just try and get... Oh, it looks like a tractor. Maybe not that. Right, so I think this deep green will work. It's not much different than the previous green that was here, but it's just noticeably different enough. Cars in this day, they loved chrome, so we're going to put some chrome on there. The wheels, we'll make them steel wheels. Let's move on to the fixtures. So I've downloaded a bunch of mods to get new fixtures and things, specifically when it comes to badges. Yeah, so I've got all these badges that we can use now, and I've got a couple of different spoilers, rear diffuser, which we're not going to be able to use on this, grills, and some other things as well. So we will go through some of those things and hopefully find stuff that matches. Now, I've not really had a chance to use these lights. They seem to be the most appropriate for this car. Wow, they stick out so much. Maybe not then. Okay, so the other circle lights just fit better, so I'm thinking we'll have to go with those. And they do have plastic. We need some turn signals on this car. Now, I don't know what they would have back in these days, but probably just something simple like this. It kind of looks like it's blushing a little bit. Maybe we could change the orange. It seems like every car that I make ends up having a face of some kind, and this one is... It kind of looks like an old man. Now this is just reminding me of that green Mini that we made. It's almost exactly the same. I just can't seem to find something that I'm too into here. I don't know what this is, but it appears to be fittingly old for this car, and I kinda like it. I think I'm gonna stick with it for now. Hopefully it remains okay. One thing that we did not do, I'm now realizing, is stretch the body. I've made this body already, and it really does spin the wheels if you have high power and rear wheel drive, just because of the bad tires of this generation, so we're gonna go for as big as we can get. And hopefully that will amend the issue, because it was nearly undrivable. Because it has to have an open diff as well. I feel that everything on this car just has to be chrome. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks to that last old car that I made on here. The lipstick exhaust. It's got just a table out the back. Oh goodness. I don't remember Chrome being like that. I've gone for like Corvette style lights. I don't exactly know why. And this is one of those cars where the old style mirrors actually work. So that's nice. It's actually not looking too bad. I'm honestly very surprised. I really thought that it would be real overdone, but it doesn't look too bad. Now, because we have the ability to do badges, let's do that. Because this thing has a name, and its name is worthy of being told. So the brand symbol for this brand is going to be... I was thinking that it would be a Panther, because this car sort of looks like a Jaguar, so it's going to kind of be a spin on that. And they do have a Panther-esque thing here, so why don't we put that on there? Nice and big. I mean, modern symbols are quite big, but back in these days they wouldn't have been. And now we need a name across the back to show everybody which vehicle you got here. Or we could alternatively go like this, and then put the name over here. We'll just have to see. It's not as elegant as I imagined, but I think with some tweaking it can work. Okay, that's really bad actually. That is annoyingly bad. Badges are just hard to get right, it seems. But I think that this needs a little bit of a backing plate instead of just being there. That doesn't look too bad, just kind of a mixture of things. And then maybe if we put the badge... I'm spending way too much time on this. Well, we'll get rid of the badge because it makes this look off-center. And then we'll put the badge up front, just because we definitely need that. It's too bad we don't have any that stick out. That would be really cool. And we gotta put one on the side too, don't we? Alright, I think that, looks-wise, that is not too bad. The 3X12 has taken shape. Its brand, Panther, is still... well, it's obviously branded on the car. Now we just need to set up drivetrain. So what I usually do when I'm making one of these cars is I at least click the drivetrain type so it puts the engine in the right spot. And that's because on the last build that I had, if you remember, the engine was sticking out of the engine, and the engine was sticking out of the hood, and then I had to put a scoop on it to fix it. Okay, so here's where things can get interesting. This car will wheel spin like crazy if we're not careful. It's just gotta be... It shows 0% of wheel spin, but I am a little afraid of it. I think that we should back off on this. We'll have it have just the slower acceleration, and because it has to have open diffs. Either that or it has a manual locker, which is just kind of odd. Like, you don't have manual lockers on sports cars. I am gonna go semi-slicks. Probably not realistic, but that's just what we need. And I just realized as well that we did not pick wheels. I seem to keep forgetting to do that. And again, I forgot to put exhaust on it. Goodness. I also got this mod for exhausts, which has them like turned down. And I kind of like that, except it's not sticking out quite as I would hope. Alright, in the end I just decided to go with twin at the back. I think that just makes the most sense. Okay, so back to this. We need some pretty decent sized wheels. I just picked these ones, I just like the look of them. Cars in these days did not have wheels like this. That's not how far back we are. I think we're gonna have to go 15s, and then we're just gonna have to increase the tire diameter as much as we can, because otherwise they're only 175s. Oh boy, our fender width is not helping at all. The cross-ply type is not working for us. We can offset them significantly. Wow, like really significantly. That's a nice stance, but goodness, we cannot make the wheels too big. Okay, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be a wheel spin machine. So when it comes to brakes, we barely have any options at all. We can increase the size of the drum brakes. Just have huge drum brakes. We can go for better pad type as well. We'll just go all the way up on that. So it's got big drum brakes. And I like the idea of it being a 4-seater, and we're gonna have a handmade interior with a luxury AM radio. I know that just adds weight, but it just makes sense in the purpose of this car. And it's sort of a hypercar. Suspension-wise, wow, we have no options at all. Let's go for a sport preset. Let's take a look at it. That's a good ride height. It's probably saying, oh my goodness, it's saying a lot of things. Let me see if I can fix this. So it's saying that the car tends to understeer. It is wheel spinning, which is to be expected because the wheels are so small. Brake force is low, but we cannot really increase that. we just don't have many options back in these days. I wish I could make the wheels bigger than a 175. It's just so small. It's going to be, like, this thing is just going to wheel spin its way around, and there is not much we can do about it. But I guess they don't really make concept cars to be drivable now, do they? So, that's it. It's 1,838 kilos, which is pretty heavy, but it does have 600 horsepower, and it is a V12. So yeah, let's take this thing to Beam and see what it's like cruising around the neighborhood. Welcome to the modern house of Tim. Tim has good taste in cars, including the Panther 3X12. So yeah, let's take a look at it. It is exactly as I anticipated and feared it would be. Beam exported it well. It looks quite nice, actually. I'm very surprised. It is nearly undrivable. Just take a listen to this. It's got the one wheel peel for days with all of that torque, with a 12-liter V12. Goodness, this thing is a little bit dangerous, to say the least. It's not meant to be driven at the limit. Let's just say that. It's a slow Sunday cruiser where you don't hit the throttle even 30%, you hit it 5%. if I'm at a... Okay, let's just say we're stopped at a traffic light up here, and we're trying to make a left. We've got our signal on, we're gonna make a left at this traffic light, and you accelerate even 20%, you spin the wheels at the traffic light. Like, that is how you get a ticket. I fear that this car may have just too shorted gears, and that I need to increase the spacing. Now, I've made this car before. This is the second time I made it because I wanted to be sure that my idea would even work. And it had the same issue, but it was actually worse. So by adding semi-slick tires, we've been able to mitigate some of the errors that I had previously. But overall, it is just quite wheel spinny, to say the least. Nearly uncontrollable. So its lap is going to be a lot of fun, and by a lot of fun I mean way too much wheel spin. So yeah, let's just take it around a preliminary circuit, just to have some fun with it, and then we'll do its real lap after that. Right, so I went on a bit of a downloading spree of mods for this game and also automation, and I got this mod here, which is a rally circuit. Here's a normal V12 car going around the circuit. As you may be able to tell, I do like V12 cars. I have been building them far too often on the channel. We're gonna have to switch it up for the next video, but this car is all-wheel drive. It does wheel spin on this circuit. I am using the ESC though, so that might not be a fair comparison. So it does wheel spin quite a bit on the circuit, but oh my goodness, it's hard to control as well. And this is with all-wheel drive. I don't think that this Jaguar Panther creation that we have is going to stand a chance on here. But let's do it anyways. I'm just trying to think now, like, where would this car be good? Oh boy, you have to be real careful on the gas with this thing. I'm not sure what kind of transmission I picked. I don't think there was an option to go anything other than manual. I would have thought that they had automatics by then, but I guess not. Actually, just because we're going slower, this thing is actually a lot better than the all-wheel drive one is. You just have to anticipate the spin. So maybe we have found a home for this thing. It is on the dirt. It's actually a secret rally car, a secret 12-liter V12 rally car with only 600 horsepower. And it weighs a lot as well. It's almost like John Deere green. I think I made a mistake. Oh, okay, so we're coming up to a jump here. I really want to see... Okay, I think we're beached. That's... this thing does not have any traction. And... oh... that was a very enthusiastic jump. It's hard to get any speed at all with this. I fear that if we tried to do a top speed run, it probably just wouldn't work. Like, it would end up spinning out partway through. It's not too bad once you get moving, but from a standstill, it's real rough. And this guy is just standing in the worst possible place. Alright, I guess it's about time we took it around the course for real. Not this course, though. So, here we are. This is our standard track that we've been doing, if you haven't been following along. in the leaderboards, we've got a van, we've got a drag car, we've got the drag car twice, but we added a few cars last time. So we have the car that my girlfriend made, we have the LMP track car that we also made in a video, we have the other V12 that we made, this V12, which is 2600 horsepower, and then the 2900 horsepower V12. So when it comes to V12s, we got V12 in first, V12 in second, V12 in third, and that's a V8 in fourth. So I'm hoping that this car can come up in the standings there. I believe that, well, this car has about the same amount of power. This is going to take some effort to make it work well, but hopefully we can do it. Alright, here we are on the circuit. Let's see how this car can do. I am a little worried. Okay, so we have to be real gentle on the gas. You can see the stats down in the bottom corner. You can see the brakes and things as well. Turning wise, it is not bad. It's both double wishbone suspension. It's got a lot of torque, but we are also spinning the wheels constantly in this thing. You know what? It is... Whoa, I spoke too soon. Okay, I spoke way too soon. I'm feeling that this car has potential to be the slowest one just because of its dangerous wheel spin. You can see our previous error right there, so I'm trying not to replicate it. At least we have some decently strong brakes, even though they are drum brakes. But yeah, the van was just over 3 minutes, so if we can get ahead of that, I think we'll be doing good. The thing is, the van didn't have terrible wheel spin issues, so hopefully the V12s can reign supreme over not being last place in the leaderboards. Oh boy, okay, we're rounding the last corner, second last corner here before the finish line. We're gonna have to be extra careful, but we're already at a 130, so this is not taking any top spot on the leaderboards. We just have to... oh no, it actually might be the slowest car. Oh no. Okay. 143 is not good. I'm so afraid of it. It's just so dangerous, this thing. You have to be so careful with it. So many so's. But it's true, like you just cannot hit above 30% throttle. Like if I try and bleep the throttle just a little bit to get around corners, it's possible that we just wheel spin our way out of there. It's almost faster instead of going for full throttle to just do 30%. So 70% of the throttle is useless. Like here we can probably hit it a bit harder. We're going 6 seconds faster than we were. Goodness, this one might actually have to go around a second time. If this... no! Oh no. I'm thinking that now we should have put a lockable diff on it. So at least we could lock the diff and the engine would have to be spinning both wheels. It would be terrible around corners, but it would be better for acceleration, most likely. Right, so I'm gonna be able to manage here to do the track quite a bit faster. A full... what is that, 9 seconds? Wait, math. 7 seconds faster. Which is decent. But it was still a challenge to get that. The only way I was able to do it was with being real gutsy and also having no mistakes like that. Oh no! Okay, we saved it, We're just going way too slow around that corner to match the previous time. But I was able to do 130 something around here last time. Alright, we're slowly accelerating. Okay, there we go, that was a good acceleration there. No wheel spin. Maybe the wheels have warmed up a little bit. Oh boy, here we go. This is the last section here. What can we do with all this lag and this wheel spin? Okay, we just caught it there. We almost lost her. Come on. Alright, we'll just hit it. Let's just hit it here. Okay, once it hits gear 2... oh, it's still spinning. No! No, 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 no! Come on, past the line! Oh my goodness. Come on, no! Oh no. I think the old time of this car has just done it an injustice. If it had modern technology and was able to put some big wheels on, then we'd be set, but my goodness, without it, we are just gone. No limited slip, no big wheels. This thing is a very hard car to drive. Goodness, so what I've learned is if you hit the straight, You do not want to hit the gas all the way, just do maximum 40% on the gas. Oh, we almost lost it again. Oh my goodness, not this time. One thing I will say is I really like this body style. This old 40s 2+2 is a really good looking shape. I think that I need to make some more cars with it in the future, but just ones that are less insane like this one. Alright, we're coming up to that last straight again. Okay, a little slower this time apparently. Bit of a lag spike. But we will not make that same mistake again. We're going to be nice on the throttle. There we go. And we'll just hit it. Okay, so we got a 135. That's the fastest we did. And it's dead last. My goodness. So if you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to subscribe. Because I'll be making more videos like this. I know it's been 5 days since my last one, but I am trying to be more consistent, and that's why I'm making this one now. But hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in a couple days. I have another idea for a video where I'm going to try and take the production on things a little bit higher. I've been watching some other channels and they do things that I like, so... But yeah, let me know what you think. How the heck can we fix the wheel spin on this car? And see you then.